Okay. Yo, this shit just started. Yo, Biden Pete.
Welcome
You
to another episode of It's Debatable WWE edition. I love double E. Elimination Chamber is upon us going down this Saturday. We got two title matches, one between Punk and Finn Balor. Then we have AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. AJ Lee's first singles match in about over 10 years. And then, of course, the Elimination Chamber matches. Before we get into that, though, there was a topic that we gotta discuss: division. So, what do we do now? Like, I'm pretty sure everyone is aware that well, we all seen Seth Rollins was the first to go down right after his match with Cody Rhodes back at Crown Jewel. Then we lost Braun Breaker. I seen two different reports about Braun Breaker. There was one to where when he lifted the table, maybe he had the hernia. One said he was at his crib though working out and he got it. Either way, hernia injury, he was out. Then your last real chance, right, to keep the faction somewhat credible, in my opinion, was Bronson Reed. And I'm literally watching the match, and then he was just gone. I'm like, yo, what the hell just happened? But you know, when they throw the X up, right, in these matches, that usually means that someone is hurt. So, you know, prayers up for Bronson Reed, hopefully for a speedy recovery. uh, I would hate to say, but this would be the second WrestleMania that he has missed in a row due to injury. Remember last year, I believe, doing a tsunami off the pod, right, in the Elimination Chamber, right? Or was that War Games? Am I
Nah,
tripping?
it was war. It was war games. It was war games.
All right, so
Where he
at
missed
War
3 months.
Games, ended up sustaining that injury and was out for a long time. I don't believe this injury will be as long, but I'm not a doctor, and truth be told, I really don't know. But how you feel about the vision right now, Seb? Like, do you try to keep it going with Austin Theory, his scarves, and Logan Paul? Like, I just don't know what do you do. But if you was booking
Division.
it, how do you fix this?
Division. Nigga ain't no more vision, bro. This shit ain't no more vision. This shit is over, bro. The vision is broken, man. There's only so much Paul Heyman could do to keep this faction even interesting. And now you're down Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, now Bronson Reed. You're fucked. You're fucked. And it's weird that it has to happen during WrestleMania season because now you're back at the drawing board. Now everybody's in the drawing board figuring out how do we keep the vision alive. And it's either one, Logan Paul got to keep the momentum going and do something, I don't know, spectacular, or two, Austin Theory. But I just don't think there's enough star power for them to even think remotely close to having
Hold
some
on, Seb. I'm gonna
feel.
leave and come right back. Not my this lighting look weird. Hold on.
Yeah, but like I was saying, you have to find something that would even be somewhat appealing to even put on Mania with the vision because Logan Paul still got to be in WrestleMania. Who else got to? Austin Theory got to still be in WrestleMania. Paul Heyman is in a situation now to where he's a Brock Lesnar guy now, and he has to carry the vision. So I don't know what is the plan is. How do you pivot though? Because it looked like they was getting ready to make Braun Breaker carry the vision, and he's an OG member. Braun Breaker's, Bronson Reed is an OG member. He looked like he was going to carry the Adam Pierce story before he got injured. Now who carries it? It's either going to be Theory or Logan Paul, and neither one has the requisites of this. You know what I'm saying? So I guess we're going to pivot to the mass fighter. I think that's what we might do. I think more so you still got the mass man storyline that you still could pull, and then just leave it between Logan Paul and Austin Theory to see who's the mass man at. But that's not enough, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's not enough. So that's just something that just really fucks up just the WrestleMania momentum. You're already down bad not having Seth Rollins there. So now you're trying to pivot as much as you can possible, but eventually you're gonna pivot so much you're gonna get stuck at a turn. You're gonna get stuck, and now it's just like, is this the best product we have moving forward for WrestleMania 42? And mind you, we're not even doing good in ticket sales. And now another one of our stars just dropped. How we're gonna make this card appealing? And
Yeah.
this is what we could dive into too. It's like WrestleMania is around the corner. Every time we look, the ticket sales were just like 700 to sit in the nosebleed. These ticket prices is going down. I want to hear your thoughts on that real quick before we move on to this whole video.
Yeah. Shout out to AJ Styles, right? He had his ceremony, right? Just celebrating his career within WWE. Shout out to them for also having his family there, former TNA members, right? I definitely think they did a good job with trying to really, display his career in the most upheld standing. So I thought that was great. But he even kind of said it in his promo, like I could have retired at WrestleMania, but it's kind of lost its, you feel me? It's lost its pizzazz. It's not the same. And here's where the problem went. Money. How many times we spoke on this pod about WWE merging with TKO?
That's like probably one time most talked about for WWE.
Yeah, so it's like I don't think it was just Triple H's idea to do it tonight, right? I think this was, well, let's try to just make the most money out of this, and now we have a two-night WrestleMania. But did they think of a situation like this to where either A, a lot of stars are hurt, or B, none of the stories is really cooking right now? Right? The only story right now that's interesting going into WrestleMania is Punk and Roman, and we're still doing that off the promo that was said about 2 weeks ago. Liv Morgan and Stephanie Velcro. There's not much to it because Liv, and I don't know if she does, but she don't really know too much Spanish, I assume. And I feel like every time we see Stephanie, she's doing these promos in Spanish. And then of course Dom is there being a translator, but I just don't think that's just gonna be enough. So I feel that I don't know, like there's got to be two nights, and I kind of hinted at this at the chat earlier, right when we was discussing about going to WrestleMania and things of that nature. What are these matches?
Thing is, we still gotta wait and see though, because with everything going on SmackDown, it's just like who's really
But
good.
you gotta have a. You can always throw matches though together, so they have the roster. But don't you want? Isn't WrestleMania supposed to be the biggest event of the year?
Yeah,
So don't you want stories to at least 98% of these matches? Like you can't just throw people together. Well, we're gonna force feed stories within the next 6 to 7 weeks.
I think that's literally what we're about to do.
No. So then you're tainting the product, and shout out to the new regime, but Vince McMahon would never let this happen, bro. And
Let's.
no, he wasn't perfect. Go say it again.
I'm actually Vince wouldn't let stories build up. Like
No, I'm saying he wouldn't just throw something on there just to throw it on. You know, he'd like to at least make the stories make some kind of sense. We're now just gonna book 2 full nights in the next 7 weeks.
that's WrestleMania season for you. Now everybody gets to
It's
WrestleMania.
saying that, but are you saying that it happened last year? Because to my memory, I don't think this is how it was, bro. We
Yeah,
had stories percolating already.
between I mean, the only stories we really had in my when I think about it was Roman Seth and no, even Roman Seth and Punk, that took a while to build up too. I think after Elimination Chamber, that's when we got our Cena heel turn with Cody. I mean, we already had the Royal Rumble, Jane Gunther, and that was already brewing. But other than that, everything else sort of took a while to build up. Even with Jade Cargill and Naomi, we didn't. That wasn't really a dictated match until
But
what.
no, long term, bro, let's go right there. That's from, you're speaking of strictly Naomi being a heel feuding with Jay. That all stemmed from what? Her, Bianca, and Jay being together as baby faces, and then that turn happened with the whole story of who hurt Jay. So we can't say that went on for months.
So then what about what we have right now, where they're saying possibly is gonna be Finn versus down for the IC title. Maybe we're getting a judgment.
Okay.
I think that's in the direction we're going. We already have our Royal Rumbles, Mania feud. I mean, I don't know what we're doing for the women's tags. I don't know what we're doing for either the men's division or the maybe we get a solo versus Uncle Howdy. I think that's the direction we're going in. I could see some matches, but not everybody deserves a match, is what I am saying. So, like, I get what you're saying on building a feud and like letting stories marinate, but some stories more than others gonna get a WrestleMania match to where some fans would say, "Oh, we want to see our new up and coming stars, like maybe a Trick or a Carmelo." But from night one to night two, you got to at least have a five banger match on night one and a five banger match on night two. I feel like with Mania, there's only so much slots you could get. So are we gonna give the women's tag title in that picture? Are we gonna give the men's tag title in that picture? Who else can we give in that picture? Are we gonna give them the Usos a tag team title match at Mania? There's like a bunch of people that you want to fit into WrestleMania and make these stories line for, but it's only a certain amount of time you get on TV to make everybody's story seem significant. And I see what they're doing, especially on SmackDown. Especially on SmackDown, I feel as if everybody sort of whoever's on TV has some type of storyline going for them. Like when I look at just what's going on in the main event title picture, even outside of that, with the Solo Sokolas and the Uncle Howdies, and then the Tamatonga having his own wins right now, the Ilya Dragunovs, I feel as if everybody somewhat has like a story to tell. We just don't know the direction yet because I think we still got to wait for incoming weeks. But I
But
think
is that a WrestleMania story, bro?
WrestleMania stories come from literally what's been brewing for months or what can eventually lead up or what's new and what looks like it could be compelling or something new for the audience. Sometimes a WrestleMania story doesn't have to be put together from like SummerSlam. Some of them could be brewing within WrestleMania season and then some deem it a WrestleMania match.
I'm
Like
just saying this.
wait,
AJ
hold on.
AJ Styles said that for a reason, bro.
Yeah, wait, but hold on. My thoughts. One more thought. Like I'm saying, like necessarily Javon Evans wouldn't have a storyline, doesn't have a storyline, has had a storyline. Trick Williams has had a storyline. Obafemi has a storyline, but those are guys that are now coming in that we want to put them on the WrestleMania card. Not just they haven't had a story, they have a story that's been going on for quite some time. So it differs though. But when we don't have a clear cut for the whole WrestleMania card, is you better put together something solid for even for night one and night two because these ticket prices are just dropping. And I think the more matches that they put, and if they want the ticket prices to go back up, they're gonna have to put some banger stellar matches on there, something compelling, the storylines leading up to it. Like, if anything, they gonna have to go WrestleMania 40 crazy. And I don't think that's what has been missing too. The press conferences, just they haven't drew a line between kayfabe and in ring. And that WrestleMania 40 press conference, which got everything started up with The Rock, Seth, Roman, we was watching that and we were just like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. It made you something interested. The only draw, to your point, that we've had so far was literally the Punk and Roman. That's the only thing WrestleMania wise that has us looking already. Anything other than that, though, we're still waiting.
Yeah, so my last thing is just this, so we can get into the predictions for the Elimination Chamber. I'm gonna watch WrestleMania, period. So I'm not coming off like I'm not gonna watch the event. I'm just saying, I don't want creative getting lazy, bro. I ain't watching niggas' pockets. I'm pretty sure you get a handsome dollar for what y'all are doing. And I don't want people working back there because they got close relationships with Triple H. Like, it's just, we gotta be creative, bro.
I think we'll do. I think we'll do. It's tough to ask when all your stars go down, but I definitely think they
That's
do.
what that's what I started off with, right? That their stars are injured. And I think if more people was healthy, we would be cooking up a little bit more. Cool cut, granted. But still, it's like I just feel like they could have did a little bit of a better job.
True,
Like
true. But
That's it.
what I'm saying it's a long season to WrestleMania, and after Elimination Chamber, we have a whole month until. So this Saturday, even what they said last year, and I seen a clip of last year how the Elimination Chamber was a pivotal point for WrestleMania, and I
So now
think that
WrestleMania depends on a crate. Is
yeah,
this what we got to? WrestleMania depends on a crate? This is crazy, man. Cause I just don't understand. You had Brock Lesnar come out with Paul Heyman the other day. We're at the point you got an open challenge? That's lazy. That's
that is
lazy.
because what happens when if it's Obafemi that answers the call?
Now what happens if it's Kit Wilson? And yes, I'm not saying it's gonna be Kit Wilson with Brock Lesnar, but I'm saying that's like what the United States title that annoys me. There's no creative. It's just whoever comes out. It's just the match now, like Oba versus Brock Lesnar. Yes, but why an Oba? Why that? I feel that is such a cop out way to build any story. These is people back there that have been ingratiated with the WWE, allowed them for a long time. That's the best y'all can come up with. An open challenge. And Brock Lesnar he didn't even say anything. And I
I
thought
don't,
Paul Heyman was with the Vision. Nah, he's back with Brock Lesnar.
yeah, I don't know. That's that in between. That's that in between that you're talking about. That's literally that in between we talking about. But the only thing I can say is if you want to keep here's my thing, and we could go back to the vision now and the injuries, and I'm glad that you mentioned that. And it just came to my mind an idea that I guess if you want to keep the vision in somewhat of an interesting storyline or even anything, you just make them go for the tag titles at this point. Not Seth Rollins, uh, Austin Theory and Logan Paul, I don't believe is going to get it done enough to them for have a singles match or for them to have a compelling story. I think if you just put them in a tag title and go in the tag team division, at least the Usos have somewhat of a draw they could go against. Like Logan Paul is still a draw at the end of the day, though. He's Mr. Social Media. He's definitely a draw. And I think that if you shine light on them and you make them win the tag titles, at least you have something to hold you down. At least, and I'm not saying it's supposed to be something major, but at least you have a babyface tag team, and now you have a heel tag team, and where people already. And if you want to remove Jey Uso from the main event storyline, and you put him in still in the tag team for WrestleMania, you could do that move, and I don't think nobody would complain about that because it's like, what else you could have for the vision?
No, well, I'd rather them just disband it than do that. Logan Paul and Austin Theory versus Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso on WrestleMania. Just nitpicking everything and being spoiled. But that's not gonna make me want to buy a ticket and fly to Las Vegas, bro, to see the Usos versus the Brook.
I don't think. I don't think we're being fair now. I don't think there's nothing really compelling about what we see from the vision that we could say, oh, we're gonna put them in a singles match. Is there anything we could do besides that to keep the vision relevant? Because it's like, who we gonna have? Theory and Logan Paul against who? Logan Paul versus who? So what? Austin Theory's not gonna get a match. Logan Paul's one of them is gonna have to get a match, and the other one sits out. That just kills the visions. I feel like that just kills the vision momentum all completely together. It stunts everything.
The momentum is killed.
Yeah, but you got to find a way to have some type of substance. If you still want to, I think it's too late. We're too deep into WrestleMania to disband a faction without the main
But
leaders.
the top three members, bro, that's like back when the Miami Heat had Braun, Wade, and Bosch, and now they go into a playoff series. Like, nigga, you if we really gonna depend on Mario Chalmers? Be like,
Yeah,
nigga, like what? That's not what we built this team around.
yeah, but if the main, first of all, if we just disband it and we don't even have a story, we don't even see what the, because this was a Raw after Mania group that was built together when Braun Breaker joined Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed. this was a team that was literally brought together for a Raw after Mania. That means you had plans going into this WrestleMania and you killed it.
X.
Yeah, so you got to keep the. I feel like you got to keep the
Oh,
factions
we
together.
seen worse. We seen The Rock in a story one day, next day he was gone.
But I'm talking about for Raw after Mania.
No,
Seth,
I understand everything you're saying, but look what you said earlier. You went left, you went right, you went up, you went down. How many times you gonna pivot? Come on now, this
you have to. I'm keeping my draw. Logan Paul's a draw. No matter what people say, Logan Paul's a draw.
I'm not mad at I like Logan Paul, but to carry that match to a credible, I'm not saying the match will be bad. We see good matches all the time. I see Dragon Lee have good matches. That don't mean we want to see him on WrestleMania.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Logan Paul is WrestleMania. Those two main draws, and no disrespect to Jimmy, like Jimmy, I fuck with Jimmy Uso, but people are going to WrestleMania, they want to eat. And on the end, people are going to WrestleMania to boo. They're
I'm
going to
not
boo this
saying
thing.
yeah, people was gonna eat at Mania, yes, but no one's fiending to CJ right now, bro. That
So every
entrance is gonna happen, then it's gonna be done. Like that's worth the ticket.
that's a night one. You got to fit your stars into WrestleMania.
No, no, I get what you're saying. Of course, I'm not saying that, but
So in order to
you
do so, you
still
have
gotta like listen. There was some backlash from last year's WrestleMania, right? To where some of the matches was a stink fest. You was on credit saying that. This Mania right now is on pace to look a little more dry. So it's like the fans are eventually going to riot, bro.
I mean, that comes with it. I mean, WrestleManias, you always got to do better than last. But one thing about WrestleMania is always hit or miss. There's been WrestleManias that stunk up the joint. There's been WrestleManias that have been back to back bangers. Like I'm looking at it as Mania, where we got Rock and Roman one, Rock and Roman two. I mean not Rock, I mean Cody and Roman one and Cody and Roman two. This year was Cody and Cena, and then it missed on all cylinders because people say that the ending was ass. So you're not gonna necessarily get a
Yes, but we were anticipating the match. Whether what happens in the match is what happens. But we were anticipating that match.
100%. And I think we're still anticipating Punk and I think we're just anticipating what the main events are gonna be. I think more said everything else is a
So
filler.
we gotta go back and to avoid all this. Here's my final thing. We gotta go back to one night and
I'm
and just put the most prestige matches
but
because
now
you're looking for criticism by doing these two nights, and one of the most anticipated matches is El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano.
yeah, bro, loser takes off mask.
No, and all jokes aside, I want to see that match, like, cause I'm invested into that story. I was not saying, but bro, that's me. Come on, bro. Like,
Yeah, but we're gonna talk more WrestleMania. I think now we gotta focus on what's ahead for Sunday, and that's the Elimination Chamber. Should I start female side? I'll start female side. Let me see. Just to remember everybody who's in the card.
well, for the female elimination chamber, we got Raquel Rodriguez, we have Tiffany Stratton, we have Oscar, we have Kiana James, we have Rhea Ripley, and Alexa Bliss. Right. So just a predict. Okay, if we're talking a money grab to put some seats to put asses in these seats, Rhea Ripley versus Jay Cargill.
I wouldn't mind that.
Here's a problem with all six of them though. You got 7 weeks to build a story between Jay Cargill and whoever that winner is. And the only one I got history is Tiffany Stratton, and we don't want to see that again. Right? So now I would choose though. Here's my official pick. I'm gonna say Alexa Bliss. Already on that brand. And I think you could try to do something, having Charlotte maybe get jealous, just something. To where you can keep a story going even after Mania. Right? So I'm gonna say Alexa Bliss. She's also a fan favorite. Hasn't held a world title in a while. She's always had good world title reigns. Yeah. So just short and sweet like that. I got Alexa Bliss, but if you talking about what if you want to sell based off what's going on right now to get this thing excited, Rhea Ripley is the biggest star in the match. I
Uh,
just don't know if her with this Io Sky tag thing, do they want to make that just a separate match? I heard rumblings of them versus the Bella Twins and things of that nature. So I'll say Alexa Bliss.
Me, I'm a pivot. I'm going Raquel Rodriguez. I think we got to stir everything up in the Judgment Day, and I think it starts with that. I think Raquel has been, her moment has to come, and what better time than at WrestleMania? I think me and you, we had a bitter taste in our mouth when she lost, and we said it like it's karma for not putting the belt on her when that table didn't break. So I think the work that she's done before Liv was out, she was just finding her character. I don't want to slow her momentum down. I want a triple threat between her, Stephanie Valkyrie, and Liv Morgan. Cause friction in the Judgment Day. I want her to get her
But
big, and I think we got to find a way to pivot somewhere else on to just Jade Cargill.
so now I'm gonna go right here. It's already announced. The winner is facing Jade Cargill. You're gonna just completely disregard that, and she's going for Stephanie Valkyrie.
Yes, I'm completely disregarded that. I think that even if everybody says a no, here's my thing. I want it to be like fuck that. Like I want her to like I just want like a Batista type of story. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
No, yes, but it has to make some because now if the gym says no, like what you
I
know,
think
I get where you want to go with this, and they had a way to get to that. They chose to get off the other exit. So and number two, if it is Raquel and Jade, Raquel and Jade have to prove to me within these next 7 weeks that they could sell a story.
I
I
don't
like
think
Raquel. I like Raquel Rodriguez. I really do. But without Liv attached, can she? I'm not saying she can. Maybe she'll surprise us and she could do it. But based on what we've seen, can her and Jade Cargill make us want to see that match in 7 weeks
I think the
on
only
two separate brands at that?
yeah, I think like you said, the only person the only people that I think that could do it is Alexa Bliss um and it's a Rhea Ripley just because of their star powers that can really carry that. I think when you have two young and up and comers and Jade and Raquel, it's a little more hard for them to act, and especially if Raquel got to be full time for the Judgment Day with Liv situation going on too as well. So that's what I'm saying. I want that pivot so bad. I'm just I just think that it would. I think it would make the story more interesting because now you have a hybrid of somebody that can match the Spanish with Stephanie Valkyrie and can cut the promos with Liv and just right in the middle of it. So now I feel like Raquel has a decision to make. Do I help Jade? Do I help Liv win? Do I cause some friction? I think it would have more question marks to the story rather than whoever we have for Jade because now we're definitely trying to build that up a little bit more though. But the only way you build that up is with via Ripley or Alexa Bliss. But I feel like they have their own thing going on. Like I don't even think Alexa Bliss has a chance of winning because Charlotte might do some backdoor shit and just hurt her before Chamber, man, just off some jealousy shit. And that's the storyline we had to too as well. But I don't know, man. I think that me personally, if I want to go winner, I'm saying Raquel Rodriguez, and we just fuck this whole shit up, and then we could always find somebody for Jade Cargill. We could always find somebody for Jade.
Yes, you're right. You can always find someone Jade Cargill. You're not explaining to any of us the way you disband the whole rule of. Because then what was the. I'm gonna just let it be. You manifested. I would like to see how creative is gonna make that happen.
That's a challenge for them though, but that ain't
They
my
be
job.
having. I've seen them struggle with the easiest challenges.
But I definitely think that you should really think about
Who is
going.
Chelsea Green gonna face if we put the title back on her? I said, I don't know. Like, and now you think they're just gonna pivot? No.
Yeah, bro. You're right.
Now
I'm
my point,
challenging
no, listen, I don't
people.
want to burst your bubble. I just like to see what I've been seeing recently. I didn't like seeing that clip. I ain't gonna forget that. I've never seen somebody so confused since I was in math class. But I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. It's something tough to ask, man. I don't. Oh man, it's something tough to ask. My fault for trying to challenge creative though. So then my next winner for the next match, you gonna look at me like, yo, you just trying to put WrestleMania in a fucking maze. All my answers for my predictions is just I'm putting WrestleMania in a maze because I
Okay.
don't. That's what I want to see, but I don't know how we get there. I'm not gonna write it. I want create. I want to hear this out. I want people to. I even want the fans when they comment down for whatever I say about WrestleMania. Whoever picks, I pick in these predictions. I just want them to envision and write a storyline because a lot of people like to predict what goes on in the future. So if I say this winner of this match, you tell me how we get there, and that's a challenge for the fans out there.
No, for sure, for sure, for sure. But overall, you're picking Raquel, Raquel because I'm gonna go Alexa Bliss.
Big Mommy.
Let's now let's now go with let's just switch to one of the men's matches and not the chamber. Let's just talk CM Punk versus Finn Balor. I do feel like it's a foregone conclusion that CM Punk will win this match, seeing the biggest match so far, WrestleMania, is CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. And I'm not really in the mood for a triple threat. Um, so I mean, I think CM Punk wins this match. I think they'll have a banger of a match, and maybe something happens with Finn to where maybe he gets distracted. Does Dom get involved to try to help, and then that's how you pivot to their match? But just based off them kind of already cementing Roman Reigns and CM Punk, I would be shocked if Finn Balor won. Wouldn't be mad at it, because that's interesting. But sometimes you can write yourself into a hole. So I'm definitely just gonna say CM Punk wins the match. And at home, that's a huge caveat. Like in
That would
Chicago.
be, that
So
would be crazy. That if CM Punk lost at the crib in Chicago, Chirac, that would be crazy. Home team losing. I think that would be the biggest. That would be the biggest curveball we've seen in quite some time.
no, for a fact, for a fact.
This is like, what the fuck do you do now?
Yeah, I don't even like
It's like,
if
what?
WWE does that, WrestleMania is canceled.
Think WrestleMania is canceled? I think WrestleMania gets. I think there's more hype to WrestleMania.
And no, it's interesting to see what happens, but we can be interested all we want. If at the end of the day we're getting dog food, it's like just dog food.
I don't think we get dog food, bro. I think now you wanna now you're drawing in every Monday to see what the fuck is gonna happen. Now, how the fuck did we end up here? When literally the line was supposed to be all roads lead to Roman Reigns versus CM Punk at WrestleMania main event. Now we have Finn Balor in the mix. So does Punk not get his rematch clause? Is it Balor and Reign now? Like now everybody's tight. Now all the fans are pissed off now because it's like, oh, you had it. It was supposed to be Punk versus Roman. Why would they put this out? Now everybody's in the feud. Now you fucked up the IWC. But a straight line forward, I'm expecting it to be a straight line forward. I'm expecting Dom or JD to turn on Finn Balor. That leads to one thing. That road, I still believe that's the road that they're gonna take. But now, if we just say fuck it, we're about to go on a fucking roller coaster, and now all of a sudden, Finn Balor is your new world heavyweight champion with 5 weeks or 4 weeks left until WrestleMania. What? Where are we going now? That's just the interesting part about it though. But like I said, all road leads to Roman Reigns versus CM Punk, and then the next road leads to Finn Balor getting fucked over by JD and Dominic Mysterio, in my opinion.
I definitely agree. AJ Lee, Becky Lynch, a very interesting feud where I've seen mixed reviews on it. Overall though, I think well, I did have this prediction before, and I guess I'll stick with it. I do see a returning page coming back and somehow interfering in that match. Now that's a total curveball. We haven't really seen any inklings of that. But once again, I'm waiting for a surprise. Could she be in the crate? Once again, we got to keep bringing up this crate because I swear to God, if Triple H comes out of that crate. But I'm done. I'm done. But yeah, so overall the winner though, I will say Becky Lynch does win the match by the interference of a returning Paige. I think it's gonna be a great match though. Once again, gonna be very interesting to see how AJ Lee does in her first singles match in over 10 years. But Becky Lynch is a total professional, and I think they're gonna have a banger of a match. But I think Becky Lynch leaves Chicago as the best female wrestler on earth, and it's not just her saying it; it's Sports Illustrated saying it. It's the Bleacher Report saying it.
I ain't even mad at that. I think that's exactly what should go on. I don't think Becky Lynch loses in Elimination Chamber. I think if anything, we're going down the road if she got to lose it during Mania. Because first of all, I didn't even want this match to happen at Elimination Chamber. So now it's more interesting to see where do we go from there and how do we make Becky Lynch and AJ Lee both on WrestleMania. So that's kind of interesting to see. But for this match, I don't think that Becky Lynch loses, though. I think Becky Lynch is who she says she is, and it's not just her saying it. The Bleacher Report saying it, Sports Illustrated saying it, and now I'm saying it. It's the best women's wrestler. She's not gonna lose at a Chamber. She's gonna break the hearts of all the Chicago fans that want her and Punk. I want AJ Lee and Punk to both walk out with titles.
Yeah, yeah. Gonna be very, very, very interesting to see that. But the men's elimination chamber: Lemon Pepper Stepper, Trick Williams, Javon Evans, Mr. Bouncy. You got the legend killer, the Viper, Randy Orton. You got Mr. Poster Boy, the Golden Child, right? As said by Drew McIntyre, Cody, Raheem Rhodes.
Whoa.
You have Sam. No, I'm about to say Sami not in that match.
I don't know his bum ass.
Who am I missing right now? I just drew a blank.
LA Knight.
Uh,
Yeah.
You got LA Knight in the match. Who just
And
said Javon Trick, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes.
Mr. Four Letters. One word. Yeet. Come on now. That's who we got.
Right. So Jay Uso, you the weaseled your way into this one. You prayed to them.
Oh.
You prayed to them wrestling gods because Bronson Reed was supposed to win that match. You snuck your way in.
And you know,
Either
he
way,
said I'm gonna win the chamber too.
I bet he will. But we have a very interesting lineup right here. Some people are saying it could be the weakest lineup we've seen in a while, maybe since Daniel Bryan made Santino Morella tap out with the final two. But I don't want to see Cody Rhodes win this match. Shout out to Cody Rhodes. I know he's the guy. I don't want to see Randy Orton win the match. I
Right.
don't want to see. Well, I do want to see Javon Evans win the match, but he's not my number one either. Shout out to LA Knight. But I don't want to see LA Knight win the Elimination Chamber either. Let's talk about it. It's Mr. Trick Williams. It's Mr. Put Them Asses in Seats. It's Mr. All White. It's Mr. Lemon Pepper Stepper. It's Mr. Oh yeah, man. Trick Williams should win this Elimination Chamber. I think he's the hottest star in wrestling right now. You see him going on a media run right now. You see him on First Take, man. You see my boy everywhere right now. Come on, man. You know how much them shoes cost?
Let's talk about it.
Millions. Come on, man. Tricky the Trick Williams. I think Trick Williams should just win this match, man. And I know it's unorthodox, and it would be a huge shocker if Cody Rhodes does not win. I feel like he is the total favorite. But right now, Trick Williams, man, once again, I seen this man come out on either his debut or second episode on SmackDown and make Sami Zayn look like a bitch. Come on, man. We gotta respect that, man. WWE gotta see who's hot right now. This dude has came out hotter than Carmelo Hayes, and Carmelo Hayes was the bigger star in NXT when they was both there. I like Obafemi right now, but I think Trick Williams is just doing a little bit more. Trick Williams is the guy right now. You gotta strike while the iron is hot. I got Trick Williams winning the men's 2026 elimination chamber.
Let's talk about it, brother. I'm not even mad at that, man. I told the fans, I literally told the fans a year ago, that man is going to be special in the WWE. And right now, you hit it on every cylinder. He is the most over, he's the biggest superstar in WWE right now, in my opinion. Right now, who has that momentum and wave? Listen, man. Listen. The media runs he's
So
on.
he's a bigger star. Hold on. You also think he's a bigger star than Roman Reigns.
Yes. Trick Williams is box office, man. I don't want to hear none of you OTC Glazers. Oh no, this is the tribal chief. Trick Williams is box office must see TV. And tell me if I'm wrong. Every time he shows up on that screen, bro. Well, damn. Who needs enemies when you got friends like Cody, man? Telling that to Sami Zayn every time, bro. He just came out on Monday on a commercial break. The biggest pop I heard all night, bro. Besides AJ Styles, the biggest pop, bro, and the whole crowd. He's supposed to be a heel, but everybody fuck with him like he's a baby face, bro. You get what I'm saying, bro? That's how you know you so damn over, bro. I don't know. I don't know, man. He's up there with Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes. Like I know everybody's
Huh.
saying, "Oh,
Quick
early." Like,
question: higher upside for their career, Trick Williams or Dirty Dom?
mm, ah, ah,
I
damn.
think Dom does have a little more of an upside just due to his family, lineage. But I think it's very close.
That's a good question. Clip that, clip that. I really want that, yo, in the chat, yo. When we upload this clip, yo, ask that question one more time though, because that shit was a
Once
tough.
again, let us know in the comments. We'll post this on all social media platforms. Right, once again, at is debatable double underscore. Which young superstar has the higher upside? Is it Trick Williams, Lemon Pepper Stepper, or Dirty Dominic Mysterio? It's
That's a
close.
question, bro.
That's like a LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony Rookie of the Year race.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one, man. Because that's like 1A, 1B right now. Like, because they both get the reactions, they both get the crowd going though. But I'm going recency bias with this one. I gotta say Trick Williams though. I just think that heel, babyface, it doesn't matter. I think when you put somebody like that in a media run like that, he's very more marketable. And I think that, Mike skills take you a long way in the WWE. Ask guys like The Rock, ask guys like John Cena, ask guys like Steve Austin. I'm probably CM Punk. Like, wrestling is another aspect that you gotta be able to perform at. But when you could draw with just your mic skills, even Roman Reigns now, like, you know what I'm saying? That's something you can't teach. You can't teach somebody how to cut a promo, or I mean, you can, and they can get better at it. But when you're a natural, it draws people in, draws the fans in, because it's like shit with CM Punk. Usually, when he cuts a promo, it's just like, okay, I'm sold. Even LA Knight, the way he cuts a promo, at a point in time, LA Knight hype was never dying down because it's like he'll cut a promo and it's like, yo, this is actually interesting. So it's like, damn, no respect to Dom. I gotta go Trick though. Like, I just think that and it's only been 2 months since he's been in WWE. And then if you for yourself, and you usually like to give people time to grow and shit like that, see what they could do. But if you're that sold to where you saying he should win the elimination, that tells you something. That's telling you that he's must see TV. He must be in the WrestleMania program, and we're not scared to put him in the main event scene and put the title on him. Just as what we able to think he could do on the title run. It doesn't have to be a long title run. It doesn't have to be nothing crazy. But if we could think about Trick Williams already being a WWE champion, like we say guys like Carmelo Hayes, we say, oh, we could see it in the future, but not now. Javon Evans could be in the future. Obafemi is probably the only person we could say, yeah, we could see him in the title run right now, though. But if you're telling me Trick Williams, if you're willing to put him in the main event scene and he's flourishing with the main event stars, the 10-year guys, the Drew McIntyres, Randy Orton's, the guys that's been there already for years, we talking box office, man. Ain't no telling what we could do.
No, for a fact. Shout out to Triple H beating a lot of these allegations right now. Definitely making Trick Williams look good. Oba Femi's looking like, a beast whenever he's on the TV. Carmelo Hayes still doing his thing. So all right. We will let you live for another month. All
But are
right.
we doing it just because it's Black History Month? Are
Mm.
the are our brothers in the WWE only getting this push in February because it's Black History Month? Is that something we should be alarmed about? Because now we got Offset on Raw with Javon Evans. Are we going to see more Javon Evans, or just because it's Black History Month? Trick Williams getting all this media press, first take, morning shows. He's courtside at the Toronto Raptors game. Is it because it's Black History Month? Carmelo Hayes, a lot of screen TV time.
Well, I want to see what they do in the month of March, or from the wise words of Teddy Long, somebody get this cracker off my show. Ha!
So I'm saying, man, listen, are we only getting a push because it's the month of February, or are we going to consistently see this? Those questions we got to ask. Nobody thought about that. Everybody happy right now, but look at the month. It's February. It's February. Don't stop the momentum just because it's February. TKO,
That's a fact.
WWE, Triple H. Don't stop the momentum now. That's all I got to say. But jumping into my prediction for who wins Elimination Chamber. I said this months ago, and I'm gonna say it again.
Here we go with the next pay per view that comes by, and he's once again gonna
Woo!
pitch this.
Listen,
Go ahead.
here, everybody, rally up, rally up, rally up. To all my LA Knight fans, man, we have suffered. There's been a lot of times to where we've been screwed over. We thought we was getting in the picture mix to being a title contender, and every time they shot us down. Money in the Bank, we did we was gonna do something special. They shot us down. Royal Rumble, we came back, shot us down, man. We get eliminated by division, shot us down. We will not be silenced no more, LA Knight fans. We are going to Elimination Chamber, and everybody's gonna get a BFT. And then at the end of the night, when that man's the last man standing, and then he points at the sign of WrestleMania with everybody saying LA Knight, we are going into Mania. Yeah! 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 We're going to WrestleMania, man. And guess what? Fuck that. I'm about to call my own audible again. Remember I said Raquel Rodriguez? Scratch that, man. Scratch that shit. Somebody could fade Jade. We're going to Triple Threat Mania with LA Knight versus CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, man. Yep. You take that Triple Threat for WrestleMania. You take a little syringe. You pull it back. You get a tourniquet. And you shoot that up your veins because that's exactly what you're going to get. Yep. You're getting LA Knight versus CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, man. Yeah. Let me talk to you, bro. That's it, man. That's what I want, man. Don't talk to me about no Raheem. Don't talk to me about no whoop that trick. Don't talk to me about no yeet. Don't talk to me about no Javon Evans. Don't talk to me about none of that. I don't want to hear no. I don't want to hear no. Nope. All due respect to all y'all. But this is LA Knight season, man. And I said it. He's either gonna win the Royal Rumble or he's winning Elimination Chamber. And shit, I was wrong in the first go.
Wait, didn't we have a bet too, yo? I'm gonna run back the files on him, y'all. Cause I'm pretty sure we had a little wager on the table. Will he win either of those events? I'll run back the files. Let us know in the comments if you got the
Listen,
footage,
man.
because I'm pretty sure that I think we had a $50 bet that he will not win either of the two.
I bet. You
All
think it's something
right.
cool?
Nah,
Oh,
I love LA Knight, but does Triple H love LA Knight?
listen, man. Woo! LA Mania. That's it, man. He got to win, bro. Listen, bro. Drew McIntyre, whatever you got to do, make sure Cody Rhodes don't win. Make sure he doesn't win. That's your only job. You sit right
Nah, because I feel like the last couple years we've had somebody interfere in the chamber. If Drew comes and makes sure he doesn't win again, that would be interesting. And yes, I guess that's a way you can have someone else win and still have Cody interjected into the match. But it's like, these niggas are gonna feud forever? But it was funny at the Royal Rumble because he was on some hating shit. Like, but come on now, like
Nah,
Jesus
you
Christ.
gotta. Hey, listen, man. You gotta stop him from winning. You gotta stop Randy from winning. Because if you attacked Randy at the fucking main event on Saturday, you gotta stop him from winning too. You gotta kill two birds with one stone, bro. We can't. Nah, they gotta win. Jay Uso got to go first round. Got to be the first one eliminated, bro. It's not happening. If anybody even thinks Jay Uso should be the last two or three, you're off drugs. It's gonna be
That
Trick.
night one WrestleMania main event. The Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre versus the Samoan Jay. Oh, so
If you think ticket sales dropped,
whoa,
that shit
like
will drop. Ticket sales gonna drop by at least 50%, bro.
nah, them
You ever,
shit's gonna be
yo, you
lit
ever
by
see that?
the
Yo, you
Jay
ever see that
going
meme with the
crazy.
guy in the headphones and he be like this, like he's about to take it off?
Nah, I definitely seen that before.
I'm gonna,
But listen, man, Jay Uso found his way. You seen my boy Jimmy Uso say, "Go be great." Hey, it is, it is,
I'm,
it is what it is, bro.
I'm gonna show you what we gonna get, bro. See this meme right here? If you tell me Drew McIntyre and Jay Uso, bro, for 9-1 main event, bro, we don't want to see that. We don't.
So you're hating on a Samoan.
Nah, I think the Samoans have done a lot for the wrestling company, and we appreciate them. But it comes a point in time, man. It's just like, you're not gonna keep trying to. You're not gonna get away with this time. You're not gonna get away with this time, man. We're gonna have LA Knight win this, and if not LA Knight, Trick Williams. But we're not gonna do Jey Uso. Javon Evans is just for he's gonna do a crazy. He's
Nah,
gonna do.
don't do that. I could Javon Evans could win that, man. Don't ever disrespect the YN like that. See, look at you turning on your own kind talking about he's just there to do a cool spot. Like don't
So
respect him like that.
out of all the odds, out of everybody's odds, who do you think has the least favorite odds to win?
Either Javon or Jay.
Like if we're going by odds, I'd say Cody Rhodes
Because
has.
Jay wasn't even supposed to be in the match. Like so it's like his odds ain't that motherfucking high.
So there you got Cody. Then maybe next I'd say Randy as the second highest
Oh
odds.
yeah, Cody Randy and then
I
LA
say
Knight.
damn. I
Nah,
put.
LA Knight's over Trick, bro.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man, but it's gonna be interesting. But I think we covered all the whole cards. Anything else you want to talk about?
Nah, so I'm just gonna give y'all a memorable quote by our WWE champion, and I remember what he said to Jimmy Uso. You probably could have had all your brother's fame if you had just said "eat first."
Uh,
Right. Shout out to Drew McIntyre, man. Those one-liners always get a brother. But that's gonna do it for this episode of It's Debatable WWE edition. We had to get these Elimination Chambers predictions out. See everybody giving their predictions out right now. It's gonna be a very interesting event. Make sure to tune in ESPN. Um, yeah, man. The last card before WrestleMania, right? We will try to be in attendance. We are working on behind the scenes right now. We going there to fuck shit up. Yeah. I'm calling out all y'all content creators. What's up? I got some shit to say. Hey Santi, hey Santi, hello. I'm talking to you, bro. Alan, I'm not talking to you. Wheezy Blonde, I see you. What's up? What's up, man? Chris Van Fleet. Come on, man. Where you at, man? I got some shit to say. Ball jokes aside, shout out to all those people, man, for always keeping me inspired to keep doing what I'm doing. I see their dedication, and I think they getting all the flowers that they deserve. Um, Yeah, man. Vegas, WrestleMania, but we got one more stop, Elimination Chamber. Chicago, 4 matches. Once again, two Elimination Chamber matches. Then you got AJ Lee, Becky Lynch, CM Punk versus Seb Colton, Finn Balor. That wasn't me. That was something Seb said off camera. So he's gonna have to address that on the next episode. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on all social media platforms. That is debatable. Double underscore. 4 letters, 1 word. Don't.
Wow.